Hello, dear. How to die? It's a very good question. Some people will tell you this word is complex already. Do you think we can program our death? Programming how we die? We don't program that. Don't die unless you are transparent. For most of people, the majority of people, the end of life is, that's it, the end. The best of people who can believe, they have faith in this, they know there is a land of resurrection, they will be resurrected and they will be judged for every tiny things they have done in their previous life in this terrestrial world. This is the best. That's faith, very good if people, they believe in this. Others don't, but in how they believe, people are different from one person to another, from one religious sect to another, from one religion to another. Are we going to say perhaps it is accepted, it is rejected? We are sharing some ideas here. They think that the end, that's it, it's unconscious. This is the best. Unconscious. It's like you are in a comatose state. That's it. There's nothing after that. Actually, this is totally wrong. Life begins after the person closes his eyes. Specificity. That's what you call death. And the pain of death is not death. The death is when you feel the death. That's the problem. Death, when you close your eye, you don't feel anything. That's how people think when they want to make an end to their life. Actually, no. The pain of death, that's the problem. It is as if today a person is like facing or like all kind of like stress or melancholy. He wants to go out of the self. That's what it is. It's even worse than that. But anyway, my topic is how you live this world. The Creator said, make sure, don't die unless you are submissive. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. Don't die unless you are submissive, surrendered entirely. إذ قال له ربه أسلم قال أسلمت لرب العالمين. God asked Abraham, peace be upon him, say, surrender. Go get to the state of submission. This is what he asked him. He said, قال له ربه أسلم, surrender. قال, Abraham responded and he said, I surrender to the Lord of the worlds or universe. ووصى بها إبراهيم بنيه ويعقوب. At the end, لا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. Abraham and Jacob, peace be upon them, they warn. They say, لا تموتن, do not die. This is a warning or an advice they gave to their followers, to the progeny. Do not die unless you are in a state of submission, until you surrender entirely. We're going to take a small break, not for commercial. There is no word in this world that found difficulties, that has never ever been interpreted correctly like the word al-Islam, al-Taslim. It is translated correctly. Submission, surrender. That is true, correct. But the conception from people, it is always misinterpreted. Because the word, especially when it is translated and it is left the way it is, Islam is Islam in Latin. That's totally wrong. You leave the word as it is in Arabic or any language and you use it the way it is, you translate it as it is. When you speak about a proper name, is it Mustafa? You say Mustafa. You say Muhammad, you say Muhammad. You say Abraham, say perhaps just like Ibrahim in Arabic, you say Abraham, but still it's closer to the word. But the word Islam is not a proper name. It's a common name, and a common name you translate it. You don't leave it as it is. The reason why people getting like sometimes a lot non-Muslims confused about this. They say it's a religion, polarized religion, when in fact it's not a name of religion, it's more of a process. You're talking about religion, then at the time there is no time to it's a process. It's by the time you speak submission, it starts the process. I'm going to give a small example. Each color is known by its characteristic identity. The red is red, the blue is blue, the yellow, whatever. When it comes to the transparency, does it have a color? No, it doesn't have a color. A water, does it have a color? No, it doesn't have a color. The water of the color is from the container. And even the form of the water is from the container. The water is accepting the colors. The colors they get into the water, they have probably more visibility in the transparency. If God asked Abraham, say, Aslim, he said, surrender. And when he spoke to his sons, he said, لا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. It is as if you say, do not die unless you are transparent. Wow, that's a very good question. Here where resides really like, something is very simple, yet it is becoming very complex. How can you die transparent? It shows you that you are subject to a color. You are vulnerable, I should say, to a color that you have to get rid of all your life. Are we talking about the color? No, we're not talking about the color. We're talking about doctrines that characterize a human being. The way you live with certain doctrine, you will be characterized by that. Time, space will be exactly what you have prepared for yourself. Unlike what they think about, like in Christianity, what they think about in other religions, is like paradise is like a big place where people go together, enjoy whatever. You are gonna experience your own state of consciousness. We're talking about the barzakh, the interspace between the two worlds. لا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. These colors, they are constantly popping up to give you an identity. Well, is that wrong to have an identity in this world? It's not about wrong, that's a part of life. But if it becomes the support, the inclination in the back of your subconscious that will direct the flow of your emotions, that's dangerous. Especially if the right and wrong will be subservient according to these platforms that you established. The reason why you were told in this world what is the worship. What is the worship? Worship all of these 5 pillars in Islam. You say pillars. Do you see the pillars when you make a construction? No, pillars are underground. They support what? They support Islam. What is Islam to begin with? What is it? Where can you see platform like made of concrete? You don't see it because it's a process. Speaking about what is, for instance, let's speak about you don't accept any God except the Creator. It means they die, they do not die unless you are submissive. Submissive to who? Here we can understand that there is, during a life, there is, as I said, you get rid of something. You hear there is a state of effacement, not one time, as they think probably people. You are exposed to this kind of internal idolatry, and your responsibility is the iconoclast. that removes those idolatries from your mind, because there will be obstacles after you close your eyes. They don't let you navigate. Obstacles, they put you in a labyrinth, internal psychic labyrinth. This is how your metaphysical world will be. State of effacement, a state of renunciation. We grasp, we acquire certain things in our life. We claim that. They will shape you. When time to purify, to give, I'm not saying to give it physically, not to claim it. It's in your hand, and you surrender, you thank the Creator, God, for it. Getting back to what do we mean surrendering? In Buddhism, Taoism, we speak about state of effacement to reach enlightenment, state of effacement. But the thing is, what they don't mention is who took over at the time of this state of effacement. There is a state of effacement, but if the me will replace the me, you haven't done anything. If the ego will replace the me, or the me will replace the ego, here it's a vortex. The state of effacement, it's not gonna something comes by itself. It's like you empty the bottle from the water and then the air is gonna come by itself. No, you generate it with your consciousness by absorbing voluntarily, worshipfully, consciously. Who? That's the where reside the big mystery. The one that you're gonna devote yourself to is unknown. That's the vehicle of navigation. That's the one that's gonna create the bootstrap and drag you. How much? What's the speed? How much? How far? This is all what you had prepared in a previous word. لا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. Do not die unless you are submissive, unless you surrender entirely. There's no characterization. Consciousness that were given to human being is cosmic consciousness. What do we mean by cosmic? You see the space? You see how many trillions of galaxies? That's exactly the size of your synapses inside your mind. May the Lord bless you and open every door of prosperity in front of you. I see you soon.